Don't be fooled by the title. I'm still going to be talking hella shit. But before I can do that, I gotta set the stage. While I was on the road, I heard my boy Eric the Viking had a new home course he just opened to the community. Of course, the first thing I asked was, what's the course record? To my surprise, it was only even. However, Nate Dogg got in my ear talking about how hard this course is, so I shouldn't be as confident as I was. I gauged opinions from others that have already played, and from the consensus I was being told, lots of OB, double and triple bogeys come at you fast, and landing spots are key. With that knowledge in mind, I headed straight to Honey Creek Acres. Didn't take long before there were chickens. Nothing screams home course more than that. The first hole was a big hyzer over the barn that apparently dummies have been hitting.
Pars are good.
I like the use of the marksman. Makes the first hole a little bit harder.
Now, I don't know if the course needs to be any harder, as somehow you're supposed to make it through what I can only assume is the gate to hell, because this is some nasty par 3. Call me a pussy, but I'll take the par. In all honesty, this upshot isn't easy.
Here, I'm still stressing. I don't feel good.
These tilt beds are typically played as hazard, but we're playing the winter rules now. And before you blame me, it's his course, not mine.
Okay, that rule helped.
It did a lot. I shorted that a lot. I'm happy with par every single time.
Hole 3 is 247 feet. And yes, all the measurements are accurate. The field line to the right designates the OB, and there's more about 15 feet behind the basket. Knowing that, I played this hole like a bitch.
I was so scared of the OB.
Missed the putt, but we all expected that. One of the best parts about the course is the unique baskets handcrafted by the Viking himself. I absolutely love embracing the home vibes. The experience is different than playing around anywhere else. And amenities like these create the illusion of being lost in disc golf, forgetting you're in someone's backyard with like neighbors and shit. You gotta go through back the gate now on hole 4 for the first par 4. With a look at the hanging basket, there was no way I was laying that one up.
Well, it's like a layup basically.
My first critique of the course is, I wish the fence was a bit bigger, allowing for more aggressive plays. Let people run the birdie on 2 and even the power arms off the tee on 4, while also avoiding questionable layups and more opportunities for people to just go for it. Just a suggestion, and I'm sure you just had the gate there before anyways, so don't blame you. Here's another great example of why home courses are the best part of disc golf. Because where else are you going to find a basket in the ground surrounded by water? And yeah, that's OB. Makes not only the layup play scary, but even the putts from close are nervy. Because it's on an angle you aren't used to throwing directly at the water. Would really suck to find your disc in there. While the Viking does his bare hand fishing for the day, I'm going to take a second to appreciate the hard work he put in to make his course go above and beyond the standards of what people typically call a home course, which really just turns out to be 3 baskets scattered around in an open field. The dude literally dug out a hole and put a basket in it just because. Everything you see on the property was made by the Viking, and it's impressive to see what was done in such a short time. I'm already excited to see the next phase.
Not many opportunities for birdie. Here we go.
Going to the orchard.
Don't worry. I won't.
The orchard right behind the basket also plays as hazard, just when you think the holes were getting easy.
374.
374.
Hole 7 is a big hyzer, and as long as you miss the obstacles on the right, you'll skip up right next to the basket as demonstrated. It's pretty cool to have a legit throw on the property. Often, that's what's missing from home courses because space is so limited. But there are tons of courses out there that don't have holes even this long. Again, I love the man-made baskets. I wish each hole was like this, and who knows, in time that could be the vision, because the course is still very young. Oh, and if you thought the last hole was legit, how about a 632-foot par 4 lined with OB? Might just be my favorite hole. And it's not just because I got super lucky, even though that destroyer was trying its absolute best to stay out of bounds.
Safe.
Safe?
Yeah. Well, it's the field, not the dead shit.
We made
right here is like a 1.5 feet.
The only thing to do after getting lucky is waste the opportunity, because you don't deserve to be there in the first place. Still, I'm a big fan of the hole. Then on the last hole of the front 9, we got this little dinker. As I finished the front 9 full, okay, I guess I finished the front 9 3 under. Still on a good pace. The only trouble is, I gotta go do it again. As we go back to hole 1, my biggest worry is every time I don't replicate the good shots, I want to commit self-harm. And we're off to a great start here.
Damn it, dude.
After missing back-to-back birdies and the tightest gate I've ever seen, I'm gonna lay this one up. If there's one takeaway from this video, I really hope it's...
You gotta give the gate a name.
The damn thing is making me spread my legs like I'm watching an episode of The Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh no. Oh no.
Thankfully, the par putt is still on, as the Viking demonstrates the dangers of the elevated basket, and he's not allowed to complain, because he's the one that made it. Out of all the holes here, I think this is the easiest. A birdie is a must every time, which is ironic because I didn't birdie it either times this round. Also, the putting struggle continues. Back to the par 4, and without the till beds playing as hazard, I try to land as close to the center as possible. This time, I could take the easy forehand through the gate, putting myself right inside the circle for birdie. On this hole, I decided to go through the middle this time and caught an early twig that took off some speed, although still flew pretty far, and I'm convinced that's my new play here. As you can tell, pretty close on a shitty throw. Even worse than this putt.
Nope. Fuck yeah. Let's go.
Back to what some might call an easier hole on the property is where I find my first bit of trouble.
Damn.
Gonna say that thing better get up.
Yeah, dude, it's so low.
Threw it just a tad low and went from another birdie to trying to save par. And you guys already know how I putt.
Bro, you can't medal every time.
That would be my first bogey of the round, putting me back to 3 under. Still in control of the course record, but not nearly satisfied with how many strokes have fallen through my fingers. Good thing I have this hole dialed with another basic tap-in birdie. At this point, the only way I can guarantee this thing going in. Decided to go with a more overstable destroyer here, which ended up being the right decision as I find myself right in the middle of the fairway, setting myself up for a nice approach that, of course, I decided to leave short. But hey, what's new around here? Another suggestion for the Viking would be indicators for circle 1 and 2, because I really hate having to ask every time, which ended up being good here because I surprisingly made the putt.
How's it going? That was clean.
One more hole. Time for redemption on what caused the downfall of the round. I made it simple for myself. For the tap-in 6 under, which would take the new course record. Personally, I'm a big fan of Honey Creek Acres, one of the best home courses I've ever played. I love being able to throw hard, but also be thoughtful on placements. I always encourage the use of unique obstacles already in an area, and the Viking did a great job at that. For example, the orchard and till beds for hazard, or to make use of the gate, even though that shit's tighter than an unmarried nun. Maybe after people have gotten more reps on the course, the lines will start getting easier. But for now, you'll keep seeing my bitch-ass lay up. I mean, no need to risk an extra stroke early in your round, and odds are I'm going to miss the putt anyways. The reason I say to go over the fence on hole 4 for those that are confused, why risk a shitty lie with a hazard stroke and still worrying about hitting the gap when you could take your easy par and just move on from underneath? This isn't one of the holes I'm thinking of birdie. Honestly, the birdies just come your way, but never surprised to see a big number come from anywhere, really. That's the point of the extra obstacles placed everywhere, because you should be rewarded for your good shots and really punished when you miss. Shout out the Viking for showing me around his home course, and thanks for letting me snag the course record. Let's see how long that lasts. Can't wait to follow along as this course transforms. I'll make sure to come back and update you all, and who knows, maybe even roast the Vikings back. But for now, to not miss out on more disc golf rants, make sure to hit that subscribe button.
True that.
That's one hazard. There's a chicken poop and dog poop. What am I doing? That'll come back.
That shit, yeah, you're good. Yeah, you're good. Living on the edge.